Hey, Nation, Harry here, back with Phelim Rowe from CTG Intelligence across the pond. And we were just having a very interesting conversation this morning over coffee, and I got my coffee to represent the motherland, trying to keep calm and carry on. So, Phelim, welcome back. I want to pick up on the conversation we were having about you have some interesting insights. You've put on events, both virtual and physical. What's the state of the union on events? You had some good wisdom.
Well, yeah, no, pleasure to be back. And yeah, we're all experiencing this fun time together. And what's keeping me sane is actually running events, but more events than I've really ever run before. And I really went fast and furious into this within like the first week of the lockdown. What I noticed is the conference model, where things that people actually want to know about, shock of shocks, is something that people will want to tune into online as well. So it really translated really well. I did some in the physical security space. I did some on the MSP space. I even did online personal branding for the security professional that wants to keep under the radar. What I noticed was, as long as the content was very, very current and the speakers were enormously well prepared, it doesn't have to be a presentation. It could be, panel on State of the Union. People engage. People like it. And yeah, sure, it doesn't have to be 8 or 9 hours long, or if it were, then people can come and go. But it seems to be a good fit, this stay-at-home era and the conference model.
Yeah, where content is king. Now, it begs the question, is this a fundamental reset on expos and trade shows once we come out of this?
Maybe. But you know what? There will be some new people starting new companies as soon as we come out of this, because the way that a conference and an expo is created is totally different. And you know this, right?
Yeah.
A conference is, there is this topic, it must be addressed. Let's find the people that know about it. Let's put the key issues together. Let's put some debate, some controversy, and people will want to know about it. The expo, unfortunately, and I'm not dissing them because I do enjoy them, is put together in reverse. They say, here, people are buying and selling things. I want to get all the people in the room because I want to be the middleman. And then they sell all this exhibition space. And part of my Cockney accent, it's this idea that I have in my head of the market trader. They get these standholders together with fear of missing out, and then they go, oh dear, I promised him a load of things, and now I need to find him some people to go look at their stands. And unfortunately, that means that content is then an afterthought.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a business model. It's proven really successful, and they get loads of angel investors and. But people are naked. I think we said that last week, and well, for a digital conference, they might need 100 grand to break even, whereas actually I don't need any money to even run it. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the odds are against them. Some of the conference companies, if you look back into the 70s, one particular one started off becoming a middleman for university courses. They had this idea, one university was running a course that was oversubscribed, one was running one that was undersubscribed. What if they could exchange students between US universities, and then what if they put on their own conferences and training, and that became credit for universities? So people are always innovating, and people are always going to find a way around it. So I guess people are going to start doing expos again. But in the meantime, content is really going to expose everyone.
Well, that's it. It seems to me, as I monitor the industry, and then having been in the events business, and now we're primarily digital, but it seems to me that there's something's lost in translation. So number one, I agree with you on content is king, and we just had a little meetup last Monday. In a whole nother realm, but it was a content-based, non-sponsorship little meetup. And That was good. People like that. But this idea that you're going to sit in your chair and go learn about ink, printer ink and toner, something's lost in translation. You know what I'm saying? That's a tough sell. Does that make sense?
But it really exposes where that model came from. It's really come from the 1980s. Loads of money opening up of the market exchange system. So you've had people saying, under the auspices of learning, because if a business owner says, "Where's my employee going?" Oh, he's going to learn, right? I'm going to be able to get loads of networking done, and I'm going to be able to put them in front of my vendors. And yeah, I get it. But people are more educated now, and there's so much free stuff on the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, the penny's dropped. And so also, I think there'll be a distinct difference, because imagine there's a big software manufacturer that we all know and love, and they put on their own conference. They do that as a loss-making exercise. I mean, they try and cover it by getting sponsors of their own, and they get their partners, and they make them pay for whatever. But it is a loss-making exercise often.
Yeah.
But the audience is full of existing customers and a smattering of new customers. And they sell it internally as, oh, this is a good promotional tool. But actually, it's about keeping existing customers happy, well-fed, well-watered, well-entertained in a lovely Miami Beach hotel, and all of that. So, but would that same customer sit through 2 days of intense pitches online when there's nothing out for them there? And of course, the Foreign and Corrupt Practices Act. If that company says, right, well, join my thing, and I'm going to give you some cash, or join my thing, I'm going to give you a really expensive gift in place of all this entertainment I used to put on. No, it's illegal. So I don't know.
Interesting.
Content is king.
I'll tell you what, I'll end on this. A shout out to media buddy Joe Panettiere over at Channel E to E. He just dropped about a week ago, and I've referred to it in several phone calls, but he did a piece on virtual events and less is more, and how they're different. And I take his advice. We have an event coming up in early June ourselves over with another brand, and we've learned a thing or two along the way in terms of what that looks like. For example, and Joe speaks to this, but we're doing only 3 hours a day online over 4 days instead of 2 days with 8 hours a day, just to kind of recognize, the differences, right, and how events are done online and keeping people's attention. So, well, sir, stay healthy, wash the hands. We'll see you next month. I hope some point we're all going to be released. I hope to see you live at a fall conference. We'll see.
I hope so. I also hope to be able to get to the hairdresser at some point.
There you go. Thank you, Phelim.
Thanks a lot.